are you?
Hey, I'm here with my favorite, Nestor Gibbs from The Boxing Voice. Now, Nestor, we're here at Madison Square Garden. We have Gennady Golovkin going up against Sergiy Derevyanchenko. And what are your thoughts on this fight?
Great fight. Something that we wanted about a year ago. Politics, the business, the big Canelo fight made Gennady Golovkin not take this fight about a year ago. But definitely a top 10 fight. Definitely a good fight for the fight fans. I mean, politics kind of spoil it, but I don't think the casual fans know anything about IBF getting involved and failed negotiations with Canelo. So from a boxing standpoint, it's a good fight,
Well, go into that a little bit. It's with this IBF. It's been sort of like a merry-go-round. GGG once held the IBF belt, and he lost it to Canelo, and then from there go on.
Well, he held it. He had to vacate it because they ordered the Derevyanchenko fight, and he had the Canelo fight on the horizon. Then Canelo ends up winning that belt after he gets the belts from Gennady and unifies with Jacobs. And they didn't give him any time to negotiate. There was some sort of deal in place where the winner of the Jacobs fight had to automatically fight the mandatory. Normally when you win a title, you get a voluntary, but not when there's verbiage in the contract already.
And so once again, this is for the vacant IBF
Middleweight
belt.
title.
Now, do you think that Canelo will ever come back on to 160 in the middleweights, or do you think he's moving up in weight? Or
I think so. I just talked to Joe McCroskey, one of the heads over there at DAZN, and they definitely expect Canelo to be back this year. Obviously, he has 3 divisions he can campaign at with 160, 168, and all the rumors of him having a done deal with Sergey Kovalev if he could pull the win off with Anthony Yarde. So, I mean, he's got options. He's the face of boxing, so, it's really where he wants to fight. I don't think he's going to go straight into the Gennady Golovkin fight. I think he'll stick around and see if Gennady does the unification with Demetrius Andrade. It was his idea for Gennady to get a belt in order to fight him again, and I don't think he's going to be in any rush to fight for a belt that he just got stripped for. If they really wanted him to be champion, I think they would have gave him more extensions. But the rumor is he had like 3. So, it's difficult when you're dealing with the politics and #1 contenders. People want their shots.
I'm confused too. Now, Canelo, what type of belt does he have right now? I am so confused about what belt they made for him or something.
So here's the thing. He was the WBC champion, and then he became the franchise champion. So now
what's a franchise?
That's something new. The franchise champion essentially is someone that's recognized for doing so many great things in the sport that they get named the franchise champion. But the perk of being a franchise champion is you don't have to fight your mandatory. So Jamal Charlo became full WBC champion. Canelo becomes franchise champion. He's also the WBA champion and the WBA champion and the Ring Magazine. So he's got a belt and a half, I guess. Gennady will get another belt, and you got Demetrius Andrade with the other one. Canelo has 2. He has the WBA and whatever the WBC franchise title is going to look like, because they haven't presented him with one yet. Exactly.
It got a little confusing there.
No, I'm sure.
And you're really up on all what's happening. What do you think is going to happen with this Andy Ruiz and this is the $1 million question and AJ Anthony Joshua. And what did you think about that fight? Were you surprised? Not surprised?
Yes.
I
didn't think Andy had a shot. He upset. He shocked everyone. Is the bottom line. But this rematch is just, I think the best thing that could have happened was AJ lost, right? They were looking for him to raise his profile in the U.S. I don't think he would have had as much media coverage in the U.S. had he won, because it would have been, all systems go, doing what he normally does. The upset put more eyes on it. If you look at the DAZN's highlights, they got like 13 million in a couple of weeks, right? So it made more noise, and now the Saudi Arabia is being so controversial that all publicity is good publicity. So
What do you think about Saudi Arabia? Do you think it's going to go there,
No, it's going there. I mean,
oh, yeah,
like I said, I just talked to
yeah.
Joe, and he mentioned it, and he's part of DAZN. There's no official announcement for DAZN on the broadcasting rights to this fight just yet, but like I said, he feels strongly that DAZN is going to win the bid. They have last rights on AJ's fight, so they can entertain other offers, but at the end of the day, they have to come back and let them know what that offer was and see if DAZN wants to match it or beat it. So I expected to be on DAZN. He told me that he's expecting the fight to start around 4 or 5, with the main event rolling out around 10 o'clock UK time. So 4 or 5 here in the US for us. So I think all the planning is done. They just have to probably sign the ink. I'm pretty sure DAZN's not letting this one slip through their hands.
I think I'd like to go. I mean, I'm the person.
really?
I'm the person who goes to Morocco and all these places. But see, with that Sharia law, I don't know. I'm not married. I don't know. Are they going to make like?
I mean, the man to talk to is definitely Eddie, right? I'm sure
Are they going to
he's
make some concessions for? I mean, the country itself. I mean, for you're having Westerners sort of come in and of course I think they've even had some, I don't know if it was Nicki Minaj or some people perform there, and
she didn't go.
Oh, she didn't go. In the end, she didn't go.
No, she turned it down, but definitely some A-listers have performed there. A-listers in the music industry.
I mean, but do they make them tone it down? Do they? I mean, some of these people are known for their
Your guess is as good as mine.
That's the only thing I'm a little worried about. I mean, each country is a little different, and you certainly don't want to end up
or ruffle any feathers
in jail there.
Listen, I mean, you got to do your own research. I'm not going, but I think I'm not going based. It's just financially it won't make any sense. It's just too far. It's too much. But it's still going to be a great fight. All eyes will be tuned in. The fact that it's happening in Saudi Arabia, it kind of gives us our own Thriller in Manila, or Rumble in the Jungle. So I'm supporting it. I'm just hoping that everything plays off the right way.
Well, thank you, Nestor Gibbs, the Boxing Voice. It is all the time. You got to subscribe to YouTube for it. You're also on
iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, everywhere.
I mean, these guys come out every day, a couple times a day. Just and I'm all the time. It's where I get like the majority of my boxing news. So thank you for your time, and I enjoy.
Hart Show. Thank you, Kristal Hart. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye bye.